Good morning, everyone. It is so nice to be with you this morning and spend very precious time to create a deep connection with you so that you can make deep connection with yourself. Just as you learn how to connect with the presence that I am, with the presence that I am within you. This is called energetic communion connection. This is so unique to our lineage, where energetic transmission is the secret that is not understood or known in the spiritual teachings, where everything is communicated verbally. Of course, it has a place, and it is meaningful, and it is necessary. But if it is not connected, to help you connect to your energy rather than your mind and stop there. Since the language, the words that I speak are more like the signposts. Don't sit in the signpost. Follow the signpost. That's the message of what I bring to you this morning. And that's a level of connection I want you to make. So my teachings are not philosophical signposts. It is rather for you to use it as a map, for you to travel the experience of being present where you are at any given moment. So understanding this, first of all, just simply relax. That sounds so simple, doesn't it? But that is everything. When you are relaxed, you are integrated. And when you are completely relaxed, you become whole. You become present. That's how relaxation is. And that relaxation happens at two levels. The first is mental level. And when it happens at a mental level, it begins to happen at the physical level. It's a connection from thinking to feeling, and feelings becomes the bridge to the being, the soul that you are. That's a connection to God within you. This is why I teach you the very important part of teachings that I realized in my 1970 awakening experience. I really not only realized, but experienced the God within me, which I had read all the time, God is within you. Everybody would say what, but nobody explained how. This is the most important secret. This is why I say your body is the book of secrets. There is hidden within it. Your body is the creation through which invisible creator has become visible. Listen to this very closely. So if you connect to the body, it becomes the first step, introduction. You are entering the being that you are, from creation to creator. So what is the process? This entire practice of I am yoga nidra, I am yoga therapy is all designed on this principle. How to make a conscious crossover from where to where? From the doer and achiever ego mind that functions in the dimension of time to timeless, non-doing being that I am. So what yoga is saying, that what you're doing, ego mind, can never achieve in time, can be achieved by non-doing being that do nothing to get there, because it's all here and now. That is the secret. How does that achieve from being in here and now that can be achieved in time? Because ego mind operates out of the reactively divided center of reality called unconscious center, that is both created and carried by ego mind. So it operates out of the unconscious, means it reacts every time it reacts to who or what is present. It is reacting from the pre-programmed divided memories of the past. And it is going to find the problem it sees by dividing the present. So solution is in future. That is the meaning of ego mind, is missing present, seeking from the future. This is the secret. And the humanity has just evolved, maybe several thousand years ago. Evolved from where? From subconscious state of inner body of polarity, which functions through the consciousness and energy. This subconscious body is called the body of polarity. And science knows the whole cosmic body and the human body is the creation of polarity, where North Pole is at the top of the head, South Pole is at the base of the spine. This is what yoga says, but in a very different way. Yoga says the Shiva consciousness that is inborn potential within each human male and female is at the Sahasrara, at the top of the head, and the Shakti that has separated from the male consciousness in human beings resides at the base of the spine. Well, in a subconscious human body, there is no separation between male and female. So you can see subconscious body, that is what we are born with. So what is subconscious? It is our subconscious instinctive body of polarity, that is inner body. This body is animated by polarity. So what is polarity? Polarity is the breath. Breath in and breath out. So breath in and breath out, they coexist. There can be no breath in without breath out. There cannot be breath out without breath in. That is what gives us life, polarity. So the life begins with first breath and ends with the last breath. The life and death are also polarity, like first breath and last breath are. So at the level of the subconscious body, we are eternal, omnipresent, presence. And at the self-conscious level, we have evolved from the polarity and separated from the polarity to function through the medium of the ego mind in the dimension of time. This separation from the divine body in yoga is called Ravana. In Bible, it is called the prodigal son of God. Means Christ understood this separation that human beings are born with. This separation is from the polarity, and understand that polarity is omnipresent, active unity. And unity is inactive polarity we call God. So God is inactive, unmanifest. When it manifests through polarity of male and female. So this is what is so important for you to understand. In yoga, this unmanifest polarity is called Shiva Shakti, unified state of male, female, Shiva and Shakti. In yoga, it is called Ardha Narishwar Shiva. So when this Ardha Narishwar Shiva, that is unmanifest, wants to manifest, it separates itself from the unified male-female into separated male-female polarity. This is the secret this yogis have known more than 6,000 years ago. And this polarity manifests in the human body through the sympathetic male nervous system and parasympathetic female nervous system. So this is what we mean when you say God is within. I had heard that all the time in all the scriptures. But when we talk about God, we're talking about some entity outside of us. That was never understood how inside. So this purpose of this, what I'm teaching you, is to reveal to you that God has manifested in and through your body. This is what Christ meant when he said, your body is the temple of God. That is exactly what he's saying. But then he said what? But this is what I'm explaining, how to access it. That is very important. That is why most people who do not understand how of what, they just worship God through the belief in God. They have to believe in God. So most religions, they start the spiritual journey with believing in God. Belief happens at the level of the mind. It does not go beyond the mind where God is. So if you go through the belief, you are going through the mind and you are already separated from the God you believe in. It's so funny. We don't understand such simple understanding. So this is the basic domain that was revealed to me during my 1970 awakening experience. This is what I am going to teach through the 3-month program. And some people might say, why 3 months? Can't you teach me what, don't I already know what you are saying? I said, you don't know what I have said. You cannot know what I have said unless you practice. And practice and experience it yourself. And just one practice will reveal to you who you are, and next moment you will forget who you are. This is why practicing again and again and again is necessary to create the new identity. You have false identity. You believe yourself that I am my ego mind. This is the shift in identity. You are moving, every reaction is turned into non-reactive, integrative experience within. Means returning back to the integrated state of being that I am. When you go to this place of inner integration, again and again, you learn how to get there and stay there longer. And with each repetition, you not only can stay there longer, but get there more easily and longer. So the Patanjali, the great sage of yoga scripture writer, he says, Abhyasa and Vairagya, without constant practice, with non-attachment to the end results, you cannot experience and be established in the higher self that you are, because you have very repeatedly established yourself into who you are not all your life. Not all your life, but every moment, in every interaction in your life, you have established yourself in identity with who you are not, the ego mind. This is what yoga is about, that how to go beyond the false identity of ego mind that you have identified yourself with. This is what Christ meant when he said, unless you die, you cannot be born again. Again, Christ knew the secret of yoga. But again, he said how, but this is what I am explaining to you. He said what, but I'm explaining to you how to disconnect from the false identity and reconnect with who I am, that I am. So this is the entire practice is based upon my realization, where I directly experience the presence of being actively working in my body through the medium of prana shakti. So everything that I experience, I didn't know what I am telling you at the time when it was happening. But that knowing has been perpetually blooming into deeper and subtler levels of understanding. And when I first had that experience, when I came out of it, there were two things most important that came to my mind. And first was, can I enter this beautiful aesthetic experience with God within me again? At that time, I didn't call it God. I call it Shakti experience. But it was God within me. And second question was, how can I give this to all my students whom I have been teaching how to connect with God through the medium of the mind? I didn't know the secret. Even though I had read about it, Bapuji had told me about it, and yet it was unknown to me until I experienced it directly. Then the whole world of the world that I lived in changed, because the world that I live in was created by the reactive perceiver, the ego mind, that reacted from the pre-programmed past to the present and turned the present into the replayed past. I was living in the memory world. I was living in the dream world. This is when I found out the secret, how to live in the world of reality that is here and now. This is what I want to deliver. And it cannot be delivered, neither would you be able to change it by just doing it once in a while, meditate and then not work, exercise, and few days you exercise, then you drop, 2 days you try to meditate, and then look at that call, oh, this is only 5 minutes? I still have another half an hour to go. Oh my God, let me sit again. The mind wanders, and the edge comes, or somebody makes noise. You're disturbed. People who practice meditation, they cannot go there and get so deeply absorbed that it becomes direct experience of oneness with God within. This is what I'm going to provide to you. through the energetic transmission, where you don't have to learn meditation. Meditation will happen through energetic transmission. And this is not available. Even in India, there are not too many living masters. And those who know it, they never come out to teach it. I happen to have come to the West, and I know that audience is now ready than ever before. That is why this energetic transmission used to happen so vividly, so to so many people. Thousands of people had received it in the past. And then I stopped it because I know people were not ready to receive it. What is the meaning of receive it? They could not let go of their ego mind driving their life to live in the future out of the memories of the past. They trusted ego mind to make their life work rather than being that there was nothing to get there. This is why it is very difficult to trust God. That is the meaning. Trust God means to be able to live in a very relaxed way and do what you do to get there without being driven to get there, being impatient to get there, or being afraid to get there and not achieve. All this hesitation disappears, clarity appears when you live in the present, in the absence of confusing, conflict-creating memory experiences. Your mind has a shift from instinctive mind to intuitive mind. It is from manomaya kosha to pranamaya kosha, where prana interacts with the reality as it is. This is why Patanjali says practice has to be repeated again and again without attaching to the end results. Means it should be non-mental practice. And most people, they are always very, very interested in spiritual discipline, but they are missing it every step. This is why Patanjali said, this is the most amazing thing Patanjali said. Patanjali says in his very first, in the scripture of his very first Yoga Sutra, he says, the discipline of yoga happens now. He says, what you want in the end must be present in the beginning. Because what you want in the end is complete blooming of the now into nirvikalpa samadhi. And it begins with the seed of nirvikalpa samadhi. Seed is now. And as you practice every step dropping into the now, you are planting the seed and you are nurturing the planted seed that continues to evolve into progressively blooming into 1,000-petal lotus. And then on the way, it opens all the different chakras, heart center, throat center, Agnya chakra, and then Sahasrara. This is the whole process of yoga practice. And that cannot be practiced. This is not something that I teach, is practice on a yoga mat and then forget the rest of the day. This practice has to be built into your daily life routine. Right now, if you notice, your daily life routine is already, the time has been already reserved for your habits. And those habits are you get up something and do something habitually, go to the email or decide where you're going, what you're doing today, or you might do little exercise, but your focus is where you are going and how you are doing, what you do every day routinely. And You might be creating so many conflicts in everything you do, everywhere you go, and everyone you are with. But that is part of the routine that you don't even know you want to drop. So when you practice this for 3 months, the intention is to establish new habit. What is the idea? Ordinarily, people engage in fight or flight, direct fight or flight interaction with the habits. So what you resist persists. You can't do it that way. So this 3-month program is, rather than resist your bad habits, you establish good habits. This 3 months, just practice every weekend, and then being with Chandrakant, myself and Nirali, then during a week, you practice on your own and establish yourself because this will be most integrative experience. You won't have to do it. You will love it because you are entering with me into deeply integrated experience. That will be so inviting rather than practicing discipline and trying to get there and having conflicts that prevents you from ever getting into the meditation. The mind always acts as a blockage. So this program will help you to establish good habits without fighting the bad habits. This is why I say I said, all the bad habits that you practice during the late evening hours, like people who stay from 10, 11, 12 o'clock, I say sleep on that and wake up early and notice you don't want to do any of those bad habits in the morning. Why? Because in morning you are naturally integrated. In the evening, you are naturally frustrated and fragmented. So you need entertainment to feel integrated. But if you practice integration through meditation, you are always integrated, and the bad habits you won't need to bring you integrated state of relief. This is so important. That is why I decided, I said, not too many people will like to commit for 3 months. I said, does not matter. I want only the people who are ready to break down their old habit patterns and want to start a whole new life that will change their life, because what changes is what you practice every day routinely. And most people don't know, they routinely practice such conflict-creating, stress-producing interaction with life situations and relationships in their daily life. At work, with family, with husband, with wife, with children, everywhere, everything. They practice that and they don't even know because it looks like so normal because whole world lives like that. Well, this is a wake-up call from that sleep state of living in a mechanical group hypnotic level to awakening to the reality that is inborn within you as I am that I am. So with that, let me give you the experience that about what we will be doing through 3-month practice. And I'll be discussing many different topics each session. But that will be, again, will be very informative as well as experiential. So right now, what I will be mainly teaching through the 3-month program would be quantum breath meditation, which I have guided. Many of you have already experienced, which I have guided you. So it is not going to be new, it's going to be the repetition. Well, if you think you don't need repetition, you are free, you don't have to do it. But I think repetition is the secret to establish new habit. So I'm telling you, is there anything that I said to you that is new and different than everything that I have ever said? No. I may have said it differently, but it's the same thing. But that's when each time you as a listener hear from a different place, and it opens the door for inner transformation. See, that is why so many people have shared with me, say, Gurudev, I listened to your tape on Yoga Nidra, and strange things happen. He says, I hear 20th time, and I hear something new that I didn't hear 19 times. And that happens everything in every lecture, as well as every interaction. So that is why it is important to repeat. And repetition is not the same. It is different at each level. As you begin to grow as a listener, the new opening happens, and new awareness and awakening happens. Even though it is same repetition, new awakening, it happens every time. So let us do some short meditation practice. Maybe you can stand up from your seat. Sit down, and sit down. So now I will guide you through I will try to guide you through some little stretching exercise, because that way you will get into your body from your mind. See, that's a whole shift. Only from body can you go to the being, not from your mind to the being. So that is another secret. So that is why in this practice, I'm going to guide you into very simple practice. Interlock your fingers and move up, face up, and feel the stretch, and stretch up, and then relax. And then move to the left and feel the stretch on the opposite side. Take breaths, feel the stretch consciously, so the shift happens from the mind to the body. And slowly come up and relax. And then go to the opposite side and feel the stretch on the opposite side of the band. And go create a shift from thinking center to feeling body, the bridge to the being. And then come up slowly. And then again, bend backwards slightly, don't go too far. Just watch. And then slowly come up. And then turn your palms, and then bring your arms down, and release your arms, and bend forward as if you are touching your toes. And feel the stretch. Again, we are not doing exercises. We are doing exercises to create a shift from thinking mind and doing ego mind to non-doing being that manifests through the body. So when you feel you are not doing anything, you are feeling the feeling. Relax. Enter it fully. Now come down into the kneeling position. Lower your forearms and forehead on the floor, your hips on your heels. Adjust your body so you can be as comfortable as you can in this position. bring your attention to your third eye. Now realize your energy follows your attention. So energy of Shakti, the Kundalini Shakti, the Divine Mother at the base of the spine. As soon as you focus your attention to the third eye, the energy moves into the third eye. And wherever the energy goes, the light of the being comes and illumines the third eye. So in third eye, you become the light being. You become it. You experience it. Then you are it. Merge into that light of oneness, where Shiva and Shakti, consciousness and energy, positive and negative polarity, merge. And feel that your body has become the divine dance of Shiva and Shakti. Mm-hmm. So you have entered the subconscious center where Shiva and Shakti are in deep love. Feel that union. Now slowly, with your eyes closed, sit up and sit back in your chair or in a comfortable position where you are comfortable. And you can sit steadily. Keep your eyes closed, your attention undisturbed, steady mind, relaxed body. Sit up straight and stop moving. Feel the amplified energetic frequency, the dance of Shiva and Shakti. That is now focused in your head, and feel that energy begin to radiate down into your arms, palms, upper body, hips, and lower body. Just feel that. Focus your attention so fully on the pulsation and energetic vibrations that you feel throughout your body. Notice this activated, amplified energy flow is now releasing blocked energies that creates health related problems. They represent stress blocks that are automatically removed when energy begins to flow in an intensified, unblocking way throughout your body. Now feel that your whole body has become a one energy field. There is no separation, division, blockage anywhere. So the moment you come, merge all your attention so fully in feeling the energetic pulsations, you have merged totally in the creative energy that is animating the body through the being that you are. When you create this shift, the subject, object, creator and creation merges into oneness of energetic pulsation in your body and in complete harmony with the cosmic body of creation and the creator. Mm. 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 Now I will ask you, not yet, do not open your eyes yet. When you open your eyes, I want you to practice tratak. In yoga, it is called tratak. Is non-mental, energetic focus on my face. So do not try to make anything happen when you gaze on my face. And you open the eyes for a few moments and feel the energy connection. Feel it. Don't try to make it happen. Don't judge, oh, it is not happening, it's happening. Just feel what you can feel just by gazing on the face. Mm. And after you open your eyes, close as soon as you feel like, close your eyes and go connect with the source within. Now you may open your eyes. Now bring your awareness back to your body. Just notice how relaxed your body is, how calm your mind is. That means you have entered the integrated state of being. God within you. This is the meaning of yoga, to experience the oneness within. We call that experience of oneness in many different names. We call it God, we call it love, we call it presence, we call it being, we call it I am, yoga, integrated experience. All means just one experience, oneness, experience within. That means you have connected to God within you. You may now gradually open your eyes. So during this experience of oneness, whatever you experience, you should write so you become conscious of what you experience. Because when you come out of it, you will forget what you have experienced. So when you notice, write. When you write, you are convinced even more than just passing by experience and then forgetting it and then doing again. That doesn't make sense. So you have to write. So during this 3-month experience, you will be writing your experience. You're reminiscing it. You are living it in your daily life with your husband, with your wife, with your children, with your work. Everywhere you go, you will be practicing that. And then you'll be given the assignment each week. So you can practice one particular thing for the whole week. That will give you much more experiential application in life rather than just on yoga mat or with me. That is going to be extraordinary breakthrough in the way you live your life. I'm so glad you are with me. And I hope you this opportunity to break through and break down, living through the barriers, boundaries of ego, mind, body, and living in the freedom of the being. That is all, that's all you want. That's what you have been seeking through many different mediums, through relationship with other people, finding more success, more fame, more skill, but what for? To experience peace, harmony, and love within. So once you connect with this, all your expressions will be connected to returning back to the enjoying what you are doing, so much so that you are not waiting for the end results in future. That is the false hope by which ego mind survives, and it dies when you drop that hopes and live in the present. Jai Bhagwan. Love you. Jai Bhagwan.